Dumbledore, as well as getting a chance to speak to some of the fantastic cast from The Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore. What a magical place to be. Where better to start the tour than in my old stomping ground, the Slytherin Common Room. Crab, Goyle, hello. Right, so without further ado, should we go take a look? Here we are back at the iconic set of the Great Hall. Many memories, many memories. And who do we have here other than the lovely Jessica Willis? Hi! Don't freak out. I'm a lot friendlier than Jacob. I promise.
Really?
Yes.
Tom? Oh my gosh, how are you?
I'm doing good, I'm doing good. Rumors have it that you're quite the Wizarding World fan.
I guess so. I never thought I'd see you here.
Yeah.
Of all the, I was just standing here having my tasty
Minding your own.
Hogwarts beverage,
Yeah.
being normal and
then-
chill, and here you are. How are you?
Doing good. Floods of memories come back here.
Really?
It was over 20 years ago I walked in here for the first time, and it still kind of blows me away. Do you get the tingle down the spine feeling?
I do, but I don't think I get the 20-year,
Well, yeah.
tingle. Like, I just saw you, the way you stared off, like up there, and
Yes.
you went somewhere else. You seemed like an old man on a rocking chair.
I can get pretty misty-eyed, to be fair, pretty
Absolutely.
quickly, yeah.
Crazy.
Anyway, I've got a couple of questions from the fans here I'd love to get a chance to ask you. What are the features that you most love about standing in the Great Hall?
This.
I fished for that one, didn't I? A little bit.
this, and this.
Okay, well then this is a far more important question, and take your time answering it, please. But this is obviously where the room where it all happens. All witches, all wizards get sorted into their house now.
Yeah.
But as Jessica,
Yeah.
what house are you
Pretty controversial. I think a Hufflepuff when I'm sleepy,
in? Okay.
and then I think a Gryffindor when I've gotten enough rest.
I was really.
Does that make sense?
I was hoping for Slytherin.
No. Oh, really? Is that you?
Yeah, I think so, through and through. Yes, I'm rather loyal to my house.
Really?
Yeah, I've been told Slither-door because I have a streak of warmth.
Well, do you think, like, because you started shooting those movies so young, that the Slytherin came first, or you developed into Slytherin?
That's
do you know what I mean?
I'm the one answering the question.
No, I know, but also, what if I asked you the question?
Nice.
You're, like, so interested.
Pretty
Like,
true. Art imitating life.
is that possible?
I like the fact that it gives you a bit more leeway to be late for class, etc.
Absolutely.
Being a
Everyone's
Slytherin.
like, there's Tom, late
Yeah.
again, typical Slithy.
They told you about that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, while I got you here, do you want to get some snaps?
Yeah,
Do you
I
want to
would
get a
love
snap
some.
in front of the iconic Great Hall doors?
I would love some.
I'm a
Are
fan-
you just going to take it,
I'm
or
a
you're not going to be in it?
Fantastic photographer. We'll do both. How about that?
Okay, so let's do. I'm going to start
Okay.
I have an angle, and I think this is sort of the.
I love that. I
want it to be like, oh, Tom.
Yeah, that's very good. We
So-
just do one more as there's more of a surprise on the
Absolutely.
face. Shock.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Tom.
Perfect.
There's something.
I love it. Love it.
I love it.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
All right, plenty more to see, shall we?
Yes, absolutely. Well, you know what? Can we do this? Can we?
Go on.
I want to sit across from you.
At the,
This feels very like I want to sit,
Uh-huh.
and then can you act like you're gonna bully me?
I
You
mean,
know what? I'm gonna sit here. And
Okay.
then I want to feel like something went down.
It's been a while. I'm quite rusty.
I just want you to come and like okay. So
Okay.
we can make sure we can get it. I'm just gonna act like the food just got filled,
Mhm.
and then I want you to be like, how are you? Owls. Like I want you to like be kind of mean, but I'm just gonna. Ready
Okay.
and scene. Action.
Enjoying your food?
God. Yeah, I love chicken and a nice Sunday roast, as the English have. Yes. How are your owls?
Terrible.
God, you guys should see the contempt he's
You're far too nice. I can't keep sneering at you.
No, it's just sneering in the best way. Yeah, they were great. So I'll see you out on the pitch. I'll see you out in the field.
I was going to say cheers to that, but
Cheers.
no, that's the one's fixed.
Cheers.
Cheers to that. Well,
Cheers.
I'll see you out there.
Yeah, definitely.
Filthy mudblood.
And he called me a mudblood. Wow, I did get chills just now. Tom, that was really good. You can start being nice to me again. Now.
I mean, wait.
Chaps.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Here we are in the legendary set of Dumbledore's office. How you both feeling?
Good. Yeah, how are you?
I was never actually invited to film in
What?
this office, so it's
I'm
a bit of
amazed.
a treat for me.
I'm amazed he wasn't ever
summoned to be told off.
I was thinking
By the
yes,
headmaster.
probably was somewhere.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of questions for you guys, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I'll kick off with you, Jude. Hogwarts has such a great legacy.
Mm.
What has the world meant to you, especially taking on the role of Dumbledore?
Gosh, it's meant so much because, you know, so my take was obviously through the eyes of my children. Reading the books and then going to see all the films became, you know, one of the celebrated, anticipated chapters of being a parent, and getting to the point with the books where I was so into them, I was finishing them before, and having to go back and read, and then trying to wipe my tears, knowing what was coming, or, you know. So it was it was really integral to to my family. And stepping into to play the part was both thrilling and a little daunting, if I'm honest. But really, from the get-go, it was clear they wanted to obviously respect what Gambon and Harris had done, but it was very much a sense that he's not that man yet. We've got to get there. We want to see how he gets there, which freed me. And weirdly, you know what was the biggest sort of relief was not having to wear the garb, because suddenly it was like, oh, I can make him his own person.
Right.
And the suits and the slightly, you know, rather than going for all of that.
I think you pull off the look.
Thank you. Well, I'm engrossed, but the next film, I hope it's going to just be a little.
Excellent. One more for you, my friend. What is it about Dumbledore? This is a question that I think me and the other cast have tried to answer for many a year. What is it about Dumbledore specifically that makes him such a beloved character to fans around the world?
I can only give my perspective, because he's obviously personal, or that relationship is very personal to everyone who's read the books and seen the films. I think the mischief that he has is really is perhaps a reminder of those teachers that were a good laugh, but also, you know, it's the idea that adulthood can also be fun. But then I think there's a slight sadness deep inside. I think there's something which this film investigates a little bit. There's something kind of not broken, but something wounded. And it seems to feed his goodness. So it's that kind of complicated kindness. You know, it's not just someone who's foolishly like, hey, I love everyone. It's got a kind of depth. And those qualities, I think, are very human, very approachable, and ultimately give him a sort of wisdom.
Yes.
Which I wish I had.
Eddie, mate, what do you think that Newt has learned from Dumbledore over the years, and vice versa?
I feel like sort of Dumbledore's coaxed Newt out of his shell a little bit. Newt's someone that is most happy in his own company or the company of creatures. He's an introvert, I
He's
suppose.
absolutely done that, hasn't he? He's like, come on,
gently through sort
put
of
the feedback down.
a gentle nudge and occasionally a shove. Dumbledore's kind of made him engage and entrusted him with stuff. So he's sort of, I think in this film, he sort of asks Newt to step up to being a leader. And what I love is that Newt does it, but in the most Newty way possible. Since I'm not quite sure how to be a leader, but just sort of rummaging his way through.
We were talking about this yesterday, actually, but it's interesting how Dumbledore always sees the potential in people. And he did in Draco, right up to the end, thinking, come on, you can be better.
Yes.
You can do better.
Yeah.
It's an amazing quality.
It is. I think even when people don't see it in themselves, he
he
sees
it.
So, yeah.
And they don't always get there. Tom Riddle didn't get there.
No,
so,
sure.
you know, even with that amazing sequence when he goes to the orphanage, he sort of says, I don't know, it's just a wonderful optimism.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which can be quite scary when someone like that has such optimism. Almost
On your behalf.
Yeah, on your behalf.
Yes.
It's like thinking, am I that?
Yeah.
Am I that? I
It
don't
also
think I
makes
am.
you step up, doesn't
Yes.
it? It's sort of,
It's reassuringly terrifying all at the same time. So both of you, what was it like bringing the entire gang together to go on the epic mission that happens in this film?
I don't know how it was for you, Tom, but one of the great joys for me of making these movies is getting to come back, and David, our director, has accrued a wonderful group of humans as well as actors, and it just makes the experience of getting to roam around places like this, gigantic sets, extraordinary kind of magic and adventure and stunts, but with a group of pals.
Yeah.
And as you experienced, you know, on this film, 2 of our leading actresses, babies were born, you know, people got married, that whole thing within the crew as well as the cast, it becomes your life, you know.
Yes.
And I adore that.
Do you miss it when you leave or when you finish? Because I know the way passing that final hurdle, there's a it's a relaxing feeling of like, oof, we got there, we
Yeah.
got together. But then it was quickly matched with the sort of lonely feeling of
The whole.
A week
Oh,
later,
yeah.
you're sort of still there doing spells at home, thinking. Oh.
Well, I think there is a bit of that, but at the same point, we always get to kind of see each other, whether it's promoting things,
Yes.
or I think there is this kind of extended family thing of all of us having experienced something in this world.
Yes.
And you get to see other actors, or even who weren't in the Beast films, but the Potter films out, and you share something.
Yeah, it never gets tiring, I don't think.
It's an extraordinary.
Over 20 years later, and I still
sure.
get a kick out of seeing young fans' faces.
Yeah.
On that note, chaps, I must run and leave you.
Right,
Thank you very
go.
much for your time.
Nice
So
to
nice
see
to
you.
And I'll
See you later.
See you later on. All right, bye. Who do we have here? Hi, guys.
Surprise!
How's it feeling to be back on the alley?
I've never been here.
Yes,
Well,
it's my
so
first
welcome.
time. It's incredible.
It's hard to take it all in at once.
This is my favourite place, actually. I think.
It's unreal.
It's pretty spellbinding.
It's so detailed as well. Like
Yes.
everything, like the apothecary. Oh,
It's pretty cool. Dan, I've got to ask about, because we're standing outside Ollivander's. What was it like for Jacob to finally get his wand in this film? And what was it like for Dan?
That was really cool. Well, I can imagine it was kind of like when you got your wand, or I don't know, but it was different because I'm a Muggle.
Yes.
I didn't get any.
you've been made fun of
Yes.
quite a lot for not having
for not
a wand.
having a wand.
People like to just
Mess with
take
me.
it in.
Yeah, I didn't get any training. They just handed it to me. You know.
Did it feel natural?
I handled it how I thought he would, kind of like a quick draw. Or
Yeah.
something, you know.
It's pretty cool.
Because
to
he's a
have.
soldier.
I won't lie, I miss my wand a little bit.
Do you?
Yeah, times definitely. So there's plenty more to see up here. I've got to ask, one of the fan favourites, as well as the cast, was all the various different sweets and treats that we've got here. So
Dangerous.
Sugar Plums is here. I have to ask, when was the first time, or have you even tried a butterbeer?
I've had butterbeer.
Okay.
I've had butterbeer,
Yeah,
Very sweet.
Very sweet. Yes.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
all gonna be hyper if we had some.
Well, I was going to tempt you here to have a
Oh,
Oh,
no.
God.
Look at what we
Dan, You're
have.
not supposed to give Dan this much sugar because
Yeah,
he's gonna
'cause
be
I'll-
bouncing off the walls.
I think you guys.
Go
I think
around
you
here,
guys.
yeah.
are-
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
three.
Okay.
Three
Yeah,
up.
well, that would make sense, wouldn't it? I'll parking in front of the one.
Should we have a
Okay.
customary cheers?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I feel like keep your face out of it.
Cheers. Oh.
Cheers.
Aw,
Cheers.
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 Is there a
This
magic?
is special.
Oh,
Oh, no.
I can't
Okay, I'm gonna get it on my
possibly
nose.
now.
How do you even get in there?
That was good.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've got it all
Very
over
sweet.
my mouth.
I do too.
Very
That
sweet.
was the best.
It's
One
That
of-
is delicious.
That's like candy floss on the top.
Yeah, if I actually drink that, I think I'll
Okay.
I'm
become
into it.
diabetic.
You're so good at it. And one of the other favourite bits was, of course, was Bertie Bott's ever
I
flavour
wanna try
beans.
those.
Oh no, I don't know.
How brave are you?
I'm brave.
Okay. Well, if our ladies down here, we'll play a little game.
Are there like booger?
There may or may not be a
No.
booger flavoured
Also,
one.
I'm really scared by this corner.
The green one? No.
Yeah, but then maybe
What
they're
are the
trying to trick you.
I don't actually know
Maybe
if
it's
the.
like a bluff.
Green and Slytherin.
I think we have to just use our taste buds here.
I don't know.
Okay, well, on the count of three, we're going to grab a bean and see how
Okay.
we
Oh,
go.
God.
Yeah.
One,
Looks like earwax.
2, 3.
Wait, pink?
I think it looks.
Can't be that bad. I can't take a brown one.
Don't take him
Oh, for the love of...
What have you got?
Oh, God.
Kind of cough medicine.
I don't think...
Mm.
Oh.
Mine tastes quite sooty. Not great.
You've got the same as me. It's like cough medicine.
Thank God.
I don't understand
alright.
if mine is okay or terrible. I'm
It's a bit-
confused.
Me neither. I'm on the fence as well.
Fiery.
It tastes a little bit like chicken.
What one did you have?
The chicken flavor one, I guess.
What colour?
That's not
It was sort of.
cool.
Well, I'll leave you. You've got plenty more time to discover.
Maybe it's just the combination of the butter beer and the
is known to create unique flavors. But on
No,
that
it's
note,
definitely a
I'm just happy I got the cough medicine.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
there are a lot worse ones, for sure.
That's what I heard.
Guys,
yeah,
you can wash it
right.
down with more butter beers.
No.
Yeah.
More for me to see, so
I've gotten it everywhere.
I will move on, leave you guys here. Thanks very much. And I'll see you later on.
Or you can leave
Alright,
already.
I'm out of here. Sorry, guys.
Oh,
Bye.
See ya.
man. It was. Because I'm a muggle and he
enjoying this,
felt
actually.
weird talking to
Are
me. He
I
felt
really
weird
want to
talking
get it
me
on my
'cause I'm a
nose.
muggle.
I really want
I
to
don't think
just.
that would be hard.
I don't think it would be hard. I think you could achieve that.
I'm really grossed
You're
out
really
by
going
that.
back.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
I'm actually really into it. Really
I know, it's delicious.
Are you into it?
But it's too
You like the sweet things?
Mads,
Yeah.
how are you, mate?
I'm good.
Welcome back to the ministry.
Thanks.
How's it feel?
Feels good. Feels, it's nice not to be one of these guys.
Yeah.
You want to be up there, right?
Yes, or
That's where we want to be.
equally not in this either.
No.
So I gotta ask you. You played some pretty special villains over the years. What's it like being a baddie in the wizarding world?
Well, it's interesting because obviously I have some tools now I didn't have before.
Yeah, I was gonna
right?
say yes.
And
The wand is.
but there are certain limits as well because other people also have those tools.
Mhm.
So we're back to scratch there.
Did you get to grips with the wand quickly?
It still belongs to me. That's the
Yeah,
end of that.
that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Did you have any special warm-ups or tricks to help get into character as Grindelwald?
I did flip it around a lot and also was spinning it on the palm of my hand a lot. That was my warm-up, I guess.
Did they take the wands off you when you finished the scenes like they did when we were?
know, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
We tried everything right up here,
Yeah.
back of the neck.
And they
They knew
find
all
it.
the tricks in the book. But I know where they're hiding the key now, so.
Well, that's good to know. I shall ask you.
Next film.
I think I can hear our train coming, so why don't we go find the rest of your castmates?
Let's go and get it.
In the meantime, we have an exclusive sneak peek preview of the film, so enjoy.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Right then. Oh, I imagine that you're all wondering why you find yourselves here. And in anticipation of that, Dumbledore asks that I convey a message. So Grindelwald has the ability to see snatches of the future. So we have to assume that he'll be able to anticipate what we do before we do it. So if we hope to defeat him and to save our world, to save your world, Jacob, then our best hope is to confuse him.
Excuse me? I'm sorry. How do you confuse a guy that can see the future?
Countersight. So, exactly. So the best plan being no plan.
Or many overlapping plans.
Thus confusion.
It's working on me right now.
Guys and girls, thank you so much for joining me today on my tour. It's been fantastic. I've had a lot of fun. And to finish up, we thought we'd end with some questions from the fans, if that's okay. TikTok has been blasting away, so I'll choose a few of our favourites here and see what you think. They are for all the cast, so feel free to chime in as and when you feel the need. At Isabel_G40 would like to know, how did it feel when you guys were shooting the scenes in Hogwarts? What thoughts did you have while being there? Start with you, Eddie.
It was kind of everything. Well, you'll know a lot more than I, but it was everything that I dreamt it would be. It was getting to be with this group of people that you kind of adore, who've become great friends through this whole process, and having never really been into the Great Hall, that moment we walked in and saw Jude at the end, it was that spine-tingly, regressing to being a kid stuff.
Magical, for lack of a better pun.
Yeah, there we go.
You can use that one. You can use that one later. Anyone else?
Well, my character didn't go to Hogwarts.
I just felt like when we went, because it was in that scene, it was really magical just to see all the kids in their wizarding robes. That was like the cutest thing, and it really just kind of brought me back to why we fell in love with the wizarding world in the first place. It was nice.
Fantastic. Next one is from at @OMGosh. Very creative with their names here. What's the best lesson that you've learned from your character's journey thus far?
Keep calm.
Oh, sorry, did I say that out loud? I was talking to myself. I think calm. Yeah.
Yes.
There's a lovely calmness to Dumbledore that I needed to apply to my own life.
It's very comforting.
Yeah.
That I've sort of lived by mantras that I lived. There was one of the first movie that was worrying means you suffer twice. And I'm a sort of massive worrier. And so I've tried to genuinely take that as a mantra into life. And there was one in this movie in which Newt says to Dumbledore, and I'm going to butcher it here, but it's something like, we all make mistakes in life, but you can always try and make things better. And it's the process of trying to make it, make things better that is the most important thing. So they're such wise words.
They are wise.
And that's what I've always loved about the books and the films is there is great wisdom in there.
Always magical.
Always magical. Always magical.
Magical
Always
nuggets of
Very good.
goodness.
Anyone in the back row?
Yeah, maybe. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say,
I was going to say what you were going to say.
probably the same thing. It's never too late. I think it's quite good for me as Aberforth. I think it's really important. And that's quite a good life lesson, I think.
Yeah.
Here.
I got one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, please.
Never underestimate the power of love to pull you back into the adventure.
That's good.
I like that one.
Yeah,
Never underestimate the power of love to help you do what you never thought possible. Find strength within you didn't think was there.
All very wise words.
Can you call me a filthy mudblood?
Technically, no. But come on, you filthy man.
I see.
Still got it. I've been waiting a while to say that. Didn't expect you lot. Okay, at Shadow Vale would love to know, this could be a dangerous question, were there any favourite pranks pulled on set between you all?
It's hilarious.
It's hard to pull pranks when
Yeah.
it's in COVID. It's harder to
That's true.
Or like, oh, I
So
touched
really-
that, so
everyone's
I don't.
scared.
I don't know if
Everyone's
I can actually
scared.
now put that in your trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please leave humour with your mask.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I wanted to pull a prank,
Yes.
but I don't know if that counts. But I wanted to spike the stew. I wanted to.
Let's do lip spike.
Definitely tasted poorly.
I was in my first trimester, and that was a really hard day for me. That soup scene.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I had trouble with the seafood in the dining hall. You know, there was lobster and crab. I was also in my first trimester. Both Vicky and I were having some fun with the food in the film.
Quite a lovely
Nuts.
aroma.
Yeah,
Yeah,
was
I did not have a problem
seafood.
with the Kowalski's baked goods.
Oh yeah, that was
good.
That was actually really
Somewhat better smells than there, I'm sure.
Yes, yeah.
This is an essential one from at RogMZ. Coffee or tea, Matt?
I'll take a Coke.
Yeah, you always take a Coke.
No, my life is too short for hot drinks. It takes forever to down it.
What do you have to do on the t-shirt?
I don't drive elevators. It's a waste of time.
That's wild.
Depends what time of day.
What's that?
So in the morning it's tea,
All right.
green tea, and then I've got a certain hour out of the day which is quarter to chocolate and coffee, and coffee and chocolate. Yeah, this starts at about 4.
Do you limit to one a day, one coffee a day?
Oh no.
Oh no, I didn't think so.
How about the chocolate?
No.
It's just that time, and
plenty
some days it's
full of
that
mouths.
time again and again, broken clock.
I find when you're filming, though, the weird thing about filming is the rhythms of the day are kind of odd, and you can be doing it's a big action sequence, and then there'll be a lunch break, and you'll feel exhausted because you've been up since sort of 5. And then I always need to basically temper myself with caffeine. So it's then sort of, you start sort of trying to adjust your capacity to be awake. There's probably some really wired stunts happen after lunch after a triple espresso.
Maybe that's when all the laughing happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You also have to eke it out, don't you? Because like if you have too many, coffees, because you're just like, if you start the day so early and then you're like, oh no, I've hit the coffee capacity, and then you just are more tired, but you're like also freaked out. Yeah.
What are you saying, Tom? You said you
Oh no, you just reminded me of Helena Bonham Carter, Auntie Bella, when she would neck espresso shots by the hour, it seemed, but like huge coffee ones, which I'm assuming helps with staying.
That must be where the laugh came from.
Yes. The cackle was. That was real. That was natural.
You could just also at this point you could tell me like anything about her, and I would just go cool.
Yeah.
Like literally in my head, I was going cool. I was like,
we all just start necking back quadruple espressos just to be like.
Okay, to wrap this up from at your boyaway _, what is your Patronus?
ooh.
What is that? What?
What is it? What is your Patronus?
Talked about this. It's your ghost animal that comes out.
I did the quiz twice, and
What'd you get?
I got a black stag and a black stallion and a white stallion.
Wow.
Weirdly.
Yours.
Yeah.
That's
so
kind of, yeah.
So it sort of had like a little carriage behind me.
What was yours, Allison?
A white stallion and a black stallion, because we did. I think I messed it up where I had to do something twice.
Cool.
Yeah.
I did it twice, and they said that you never get the same one. The
Yeah.
algorithm, and it's so intense. But I got a basset hound twice, which made me weirdly, and it has made me behave slightly inappropriately in the street when I see a basset hound. And I'm like, we are one.
You're my Patronus, and that person's like, okay, that's my dog.
Anyone from the back row?
Is that as a character? As the character?
I guess as yourself. I'm assuming so. Yes.
I don't know what mine is. Aberforth is the goat.
Goat.
That's cool. Stubborn.
I have a little goat.
Is that cool?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's so cool.
yeah, it's really cool.
Probably not would. That is so cool.
I got a squirrel, and then
Say that word again.
Squirrel.
a squirrel,
It sounds so good.
and then I got a
Squirrel.
and then I got a dolphin.
Oh.
Which makes me want to dolphin.
Yeah, natural.
I got a heron and a lion.
What?
Ooh.
A heron and a lion.
Very
Wow.
majestic.
Maybe just don't
It's
get
part of
that.
the process you have to try twice.
Well,
I think that
Sometimes you're like, I don't believe you.
We were
Like when I go
doing-
on
we were
Pottermore,
doing
sometimes
an-
I'm like, that's not it. And then
I want to
just-
lie.
Checking.
Yeah. I tried. I was like, thanks, thanks.
Where
I
is
don't
it?
have it.
Where is it?
Aaron.
I think on the website.
Sadly, that's all we have time for today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much for joining me at home as well on the tour. We had a fantastic time. Don't miss Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. Will be out in the UK on April 8th and in the US on the 15th of April. Go get your tickets now. I'll see you there.